All right, so recently with the game popping off with ads, I've been seeing a lot of new players pick up the game and ask the questions. That's why I remade the wishlist like video, which this is kind of similar. This is more so a tier list format. I've never really generated my own tier list. I show it to you. I mainly use Pride Wins because Pride Win really shows all situations and tells it to you exactly in boss content, solo content, PvP content, where each character shines. But I'm gonna do my best to kind of make the best must-have tier list I possibly can. I'll try my best to like explain everything, so I do recommend to watch to the end. And again, if you disagree with something, let me know down below. And if you agree, or if you've had a character that you've tested that I haven't, I would kind of appreciate a comment saying why the character is good or why not. With that being said, I'll jump into this. I'll talk about it. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe, helps out a ton. Let's talk about everything. Let's check it out. So this is the tier list. I'm gonna have to like crop this properly because it's gonna be hell to edit. Afterwards, I'll kind of do like this with a little bit of zoom in. But how this is going to work, I kind of did this super simple. DPS, support, heals, you got time. Simple as that. What is the must-have DPSs? What is the must-have support characters? What is the, oh, you got time. You don't need to chase them, but they're good. They're good, but, you know, you don't need to prioritize them as, you know, a chase character. More so, that is what I kind of designed there for this tier list, right? So I will try my best to rank everybody. And you have to also realize that some characters are not just one thing, right? They kind of fit multiple roles. For example, you have somebody like, Noir. Noir is a very solid DPS. She's a very strong DPS character, but she's also a supporter because you pair her up with Blanc. That creates a whole other capacity of how strong the team comp is. So she's part supporter, part DPS, correct? So when I do order some characters, they may be more so a DPS than a support, than a whatever, right? So just keep that in mind, that is going to be a capacity to look at this. But without any more delays, let's do this, right? First thing, who is a very strong support character, DPS character? Let's do this. Top character for DPS, one of them. 100%. And now when I list characters left to right, it's not going to be ordered left to right. It's not, because it's all situational. It's all depending on whatever. Like these two characters are top tier. It doesn't matter. In some content, one will be better. In some content, one will be better. Clearing out massive amounts of projectiles, you have this. Clearing out one set of wave of projectiles, you have this character which kind of excels, correct? Each one excels in their own capacity. So for what it is, when I sort left to right, it is going to be very relative to speak. Correct? So don't look at this and be like, oh, left to right. He's saying that Snow White is the worst of the three, which potentially could be the case, but I don't want to say that. It's more so these are three must-have DPSs. That's how I want to say it, right? If you look at this also, Guilty is a very strong character. Again, because of where she kind of is placed as a character, and if you were to look at it, defense debuff first, the highest damage output of all Burst 2 characters. So, relatively speak, these are all Burst 3. She's very strong. It's not going to negate the fact just because I put her on the end here, she's still a must-have. So please note that. I'll try and pin a comment in the description and say that order left to right really isn't relatively true, just because each character shines in a specific content, and each one is powerful in their own way. Correct? There you go. So with it, a very strong DPS character. Drake, a very, very strong DPS character. A Shotgun Burst 3, which is very good. And with the addition of this character existing, it actually buffs this character very well, and these two work on a team comp that is pretty strong, right? Blanc is a very good support and healing character. I would say that the best way to get the benefits out of these two characters is to have them together. Then you will really shine, and that will be like a insane breeze in a lot of content. So these two have a passive that works where if you have one character and the other on the same team, they get the max benefits, right? A 20-second burst, which is huge. All of that stuff kicks in. So I do recommend, if you can have these two, you got to have them together, and they will absolutely shred. So keep that in mind. You have Rapunzel, which is a very good support character, a very good healer. A Pilgrim level status, though, which is true, but she is very strong for what she is, and she will really help you in clearing set contents and stuff like that. Senti, a very strong support character. People say that she is the best support character in the game. I still think that she's up there, but you could definitely, again, argue best. She's up there, right? She definitely is, but that's also another thing. Very strong, very helpful, and really, for a lot of players, you will see the difference when you pull this character compared to whatever, right? I want to do this and just put this under You Got Time. People keep asking me about Nillister. I don't talk about Nillister because she sucks. Simple as that, okay? She's a Pilgrim that doesn't do much. She's an okay DPS, and that's it. She is a very underwhelming kit. You would have better time, like way better time, chasing a character like this. Like, if you look at it, where do they even place Nillister on this list? Do they not even have Nillister placed? I don't know. Maybe I'm blind, but I don't even think Nillister is placed. She's not even good in any capacity, so you're fine. Don't even try for that character. you're better just going for guilty. That's like the better option. But for what it is, that is definitely the case. Again, this is very situational. Haran is very good, but she's not a must-have beyond set content. It's always been known, I think I've said this many, many times before, after you get to a point, she falls off, okay? She's very good in early story and stuff like that, but afterwards it just dies, okay? PvP, she's not that bad, so I will say that she still is a must-have, because getting between the first and 13th chapter, there's a lot to clear, so she will help you, but she's more so at the very end of must-have, so if you were to order left to right, I guess that stands. Alice is very good, but you have to build her. You have to invest into her. I said this multiple times also. You got to hold her hand, take care of her, give her beautiful things, and boom, she will become a very broken character after a lot of investment. She has very strong DPS, arguably one of the best DPSs, but it's still up there, right? Definitely up there. Dala, an outstanding support character, one of my favorite support characters. Pepper, outstanding healer, also support character. That is there. Privity, for a free character, has very good DPS, and probably out of the water code, she is a very strong DPS too, so that is worth mentioning. Whichever way you want to say she is, Rupee's either DPS or healer. It depends on what you want to rank her as, right? If you look at it, she has, let's see, the best damage output in the Burst 2 category. So because of that, we could say that she's a regular DPS. She increases her own attack and team attack. That's why she's considered also support. So up to you, whichever one you consider her. I can leave her here, but just because for sanity's sake, I know people are going to say, but her DPS is very good. So it's like, in the same capacity, what are you going to call Dorothy? Right? Dorothy has outstanding DPS, but she's through and through a support character, correct? So just keep that in mind. Also, I would say that if I were to rank it left and right, I would say that Litter and Dorothy have to be on the earlier tier. My eyesight is killing me. Where the hell is Litter? There she is. Yeah, so Litter is probably one of my favorite support characters. Dorothy up there too. Blanc is definitely up there. I would say that's definitely the case. So more so if I were to say like this kind of in some sort of capacity, I would definitely say that Senti's up there also. I do like Senti more, or I do like Blanc more than Senti, just because that team is just really, I'm biased with the Bunny Girls. They have carried me through so much content. It's not even funny how much of a difference those characters make. So but again, you need both of them, so that's why she might get knocked down on a tier list to say that. But like Dorothy and Litter, they're just in a league of their own. Very powerful, very universal characters. You don't need two characters to proc both of them. They just work. Outstanding DPS, outstanding support. Her brand effect is crazy. The rebuild cover is huge, and everything about this kit is huge. So still very, very strong and powerful characters. Lapis isn't really a must-have DPS, but she is good, and she is very strong, right? For bosses and stuff like that, I could definitely say that she has, in some sort of capacity, a lot of use case. So I will kind of leave her up there. And again, it's getting like really convoluted here, because still, I don't want to rank left to right. I'm trying not to, but I am trying to say that they're powerful and they're really good. Maxwell, another good character over here, placed on Prime tier this year. But if you were to look at it, this is kind of what she does. Supports 2 main DPS, providing charge rate and attack, high burst potential. So it depends on what you want to call her. She supports 2 DPS. She's an attacker who is 1 of 2 DPS, the other being Snow White. So we can say that she is DPS. We can put her on there in that capacity. She is a very good character, though. I definitely was more so saying that Maxwell over time was like, I don't like her as much, but definitely she grew on me as a character, and I definitely was happy to say that, yeah, she's pretty good. She's one of the first characters I actually put in the game, and I didn't get to use her until like my midway through, and after using her, she does very good, and she's a very powerful character. JP tier list, let's see, JP tier list, definitely rank her way higher than what Prywin does. They say that she's like S. I think they do like a different ranking system. It's not S. It's like T1. She's T1 in there. So she is one of the top tier characters, but for what she is, she definitely ranks here. Very powerful, very good. So that is also kind of an option. Brid recently got buffed. I haven't tested the buff, so I don't want to say too much here. So I can also create a new list or a new tab and just say haven't tested perfectly, but they are powerful. Brid got buffed, so I do wonder how Brid is after the buff. D isn't a must-have. She is still a great character, right? But I don't think she's a must-have. Yeah. She's good for boss content, but that's really kind of it. At that, you can see they rank her low because this is a story. If I rank on boss, she ranks over here at SS tier, but you don't need her. Like, I need this character to like progress. For bosses, you can say you need her. For now, we can leave her on must-have DPS. We definitely can. Other characters, again, I might not even rank these characters. If I don't put them on the list, that means they're just on You Got Time. Because again, volume, you definitely got time. Viper, she isn't bad, but you definitely got time. So I won't rank these characters because it's kind of easy to understand. Whatever I ranked here, you kind of understand. So I will go through. Biscuit, she's a really niche character, but she is pretty good. And CN tier list or JP tier list do put her pretty high up also. But she's not like a must-have in any capacity. You could say over time she gets better, and she definitely is more niche. So at the very end of must-have, but arguably not must-have. I will say that too. That is definitely a character there. Am I missing anybody like key that I should be including here? I lost Noise. Oh my god. Noise, another very, very powerful character. Her taunt is actually really freaking good and really solid for a lot of stuff. So keep that in mind, that definitely is there. It looks like they didn't actually include Power or Makima in this because they didn't consider them Nikkes. But Power is a very good DPS character. She also is very strong. And for a lot of boss content, you could have said that she's like over here at the very end of DPS. So that's there too. Makima is a pretty good support character. I won't say must have. But for Train, is a really good cheese comp, and that's why CN tier list or JP tier list put her really high. So there's another character that is missing on this. Ludmilla is a why I say it like that, is a very good tank character. Again, more so may not be like the best of the best. So this is filtered by boss content or yeah, boss solo. Where's Ludmilla placed over here? They put her at where is she? She's over here at S tier. So she's an S tier character. This is really where she shines. She's, again, a very strong character. And if you don't have a tank character, you kind of need her. So more so not like the best of the category, but definitely exists in the category for what she is. Other characters do include, let's see, these two I would say are top tier. I haven't used Miranda, right? Everyone keeps telling me Miranda is a very strong character. It's just I haven't gotten to use her at all. I haven't pulled her. On any account, I don't have her. So I can't agree or disagree, but every tier list says that she's super high, so maybe you could consider trying her out. I always tell her what her main strong suits are. Provides attack and critical damage to one main DPS, provides critical damage overall to team, increases the team's weapon range, which all three are very powerful abilities in themselves, but I just haven't tested the character. I don't have her at all. It just doesn't happen, so that is there to kind of mention, but you know, kind of just that's how it is. Again, Jackal, if you want to say that's PvP, I did mention that, so keep that in mind. Other characters, if I'm missing anybody here, these all I agreed with. Sugar is pretty good, but I don't know about must-have. I've gone all this way without Sugar, but she is a very strong character, so you can place her at like the very end. Yeah. Recently I did get her, and I will say she is strong, and you know, with a chance of Summer Sugar, maybe we get more use case out of her. I'm just kidding. But we will see there. But I do agree with a lot of stuff here. Again, Power is placed over here. Solene is placed over here. They really haven't updated this after the buff. I don't think Prywin's actually tested that beyond that. And Prywin hasn't really tested Helm or retested Helm. Helm has really gotten good. And I don't know. I'm not going to say must have, this is why it's all relatively. I'm happy that I can say at least like characters like this are more so you can say at the end. But Helm has gotten better. Like she really does. Like with every buff that's currently occurring to characters, Helm has changed, right? And I don't think Prywin really has gone and updated it, but I have seen a lot of talk about Helm in a lot of capacity too. She's a water character also, so with this newest 2-character release, she can become very, very strong. So for what it is, I will say relatively a DPS. That's kind of a must-have. Yeah. Again, I may have missed some characters here. Jackal is a very strong PvP character, so she is a must-have, but because so many players don't play PvP, I really can't say too much there. And she only works in that really one set of content. Other than that, Brid got buffed, Solene got buffed. I don't know if they're much better. Guillotine got buffed. I have to test those characters, so I don't want to say too much on that. And even if they do become like super strong, must-have is still a relative term. Noah is pretty good, though again, I haven't really included that. Novel's pretty good too. I forgot Novel. Yeah, Novel's very strong, but again, situational, right? She's a very strong boss character. What should I say there? Let's see. I can say it. Yeah, you can consider Novel. All right, consider Novel a top character. Fine. Where the hell did she go? I just saw her, and that's what triggered my memory. There she is, right? You could say whatever you want for Novel as must-have. You could say you got time, but I do think she's a good character, so up to you, but I will say she's up there too. She's gotten better, right? She definitely has. Again, just you see right here, these are the 3 things, correct? Yeah, I'll leave her up there, but If I miss any character, please let me know down below. There may have been some mistakes here. I'm not going to get it 100% on the dot. There are some characters I haven't tested or I haven't gotten to use perfectly. So again, that's really the case. Sakura still is good, but not a must-have, not a must-have. I will say again, look at these characters. 3 very, like, all powerful DPSs, powerful DPS. Very good character with Blanc. Very strong, very strong, very strong. Clearing early game. Very strong character. Good, like, outstanding for bosses. Pretty freaking good. Very strong after time. She's really progressed. Like, must-haves over here definitely are the case. But again, you know, when I earlier said left or right really doesn't matter, but you can look at it in some sort of capacity that the front half is like the bloated one with like very strong characters, and the end half are more so situational. I can make it work or whatever. Again, I know people are gonna roast me for Biscuit or some other ones in here, but I still think that for what they are, they do fit some sort of niche, and they can help you. These are a lot of Nikkes that can help you in a lot of capacities. So I'm gonna get roasted. This video is gonna be such a nightmare to upload, but I hope I got it at least close to the dot. But yeah, let me know what you think down below. Hopefully, I get some opinions here, and if I missed anything, if I got anything wrong, just let me know in a nice and respectful manner. It's pretty hard for that to happen, but hey, let me know. All right, peace out and enjoy. That's been for me. Thanks for watching. That is my tier list for must-have Nikkes. Yeah.